I want to show you guys something real quick, okay?
New legal measures. Check out these new legal measures. I'm sure you guys will be excited about these.
The scourge of anti-Semitism must be defeated anywhere and everywhere that it exists. As we just heard before, from holding universities accountable to using laws within the Justice Department, existing laws, to hold and prosecute crimes against the Jewish community, from preventing people from working and going to worship in their shuls. And then, as was touched on very briefly, but a visa vetting program that we are just beginning now to see the results.
So they want to, again, just like with the AI stuff we covered, they want to track everything you do and be able to deem whether or not you're an anti-Semite. But as we just learned with the woman that was, Carrie, that was banned from the Religious Liberties Conference, the Catholic woman, trad Catholic, she just did that interview with Tucker Carlson that was posted today. What does she say? Well, when she was first asked in August, now when she got kicked off, that was in February. She said they got introduced or brought to the committee in May 1st, which was like the National Prayer Day. By August, she said she was getting messages from Lieutenant Dan Patrick of Texas and Paula White, the prosperity, crazy heretic gospel preacher that's Trump's personal pastor, that they notified her that, hey, we're a little bit concerned. There's people that are alleging that you're an anti-Semite. She said, anti-Semite? How am I an anti-Semite? She said, well, we're looking at your X account and you posted something that was critical of Zionism. And she said, yeah, well, I'm not a Zionist. I'm a Catholic. What does that have to do with anti-Semitism? And they responded, well, Zionism is just the belief that Jews have the right to exist. And so if you don't believe in Zionism, then you believe that Jews need to be killed. And they were talking about how this looks bad for Donald Trump in the White House. What? So they've redefined anti-Semitism and Zionism. Zionism is a political ideology, right? That's why there's all these Orthodox Jews that aren't Zionists. Like, why are there all these Jews that actually don't support the state of Israel?
These are the anti-Semitic laws I have been warning you guys about. I told you they're going to pass them through. I told you they're going to enforce them. They're going to scroll your social media. Anybody who has been critical of anything pertaining to the Zionist government and the things that they do, they're going to silence you. This is going to happen. They're going to come door to door, and they're also putting things up like this, that if you offend somebody and they take you to be an anti-Semite because you question something involving the Zionists, they can actually report you. Remember when I made a video with Ted Cruz, who is a staunch Zionist supporter? He is bought and paid for. He is a Zionist pusher, like most of your politicians. Remember in the video, he's trying to lay the groundwork that Christ is King is some sort of derogatory term or anti-Semitic term, because these individuals are going to redefine what anti-Semitism is. And I'm going to tell you again, this is also going to affect you in the future in regards to certain phrases that are in the New Testament involving the Jews. And if you didn't already know, they own most of your media news outlets. They just purchased some other stuff here recently where they purchased CNN and Warner's Brothers. And then you also have Larry Ellison, who is a Zionist, who purchased TikTok. So you might as well say, along with your politicians and your media news outlets, the Zionists own absolutely everything. And you remember not too long ago, Benjamin Netanyahu was talking about social media. He was talking about what he calls the woke left, and then he also brought up the woke right, because so many individuals are talking about what they're doing and it's being exposed. And then they wanted to start paying propagandists $7,000 per video to combat the individuals on these apps that is all over the place, that is exposing what they're actually doing and planning on doing. And now they're getting sued because they're not paying those individuals. And I continue to tell people these individuals can't tell the truth. They are the greatest propagandists in the world, and I have been trying to educate people on what the ideology of Zionism actually is and how it existed long before the Rothschilds created the 1948 nation state of Israel. And what people are doing is they're taking Zionism and they're trying to conflate it into ethnicity, or that you're talking against the Jewish people. And that's not the case, just like individuals are trying to conflate Zionism and Judaism together, which is also not the same thing.
Christian Zionism, and why is it false? Why is it bad theology?
I feel that for a lot of Christians, because they want to avoid that label of an anti-Semite, they go to the extreme of, that means that the Jewish people are this special people of God that, yeah, I'm a Christian, I'm also God's people, but they're also God's people, so God has these two people. Why this is wrong, it's because it's theological nonsense. It has never been the case that God has multiple people. It takes just a slight reading through scripture to understand that God has always had one people. In the times of Moses, we have the Hebrew people being freed from Pharaoh. But it's not just Hebrews. There are Egyptians coming along with the group. And you can assume also that there are people probably from other nations too, but a group. And the scriptures tell us plainly, a mixed multitude came out. And these people were the same ones that made that covenant with God, in which they declared he will be our God and we will be his people. Not, okay, now you have the Hebrew people that are God's people, and now the Egyptians that are another separate people, and those other people from another nation, they're going to be, it was a one people thing under a covenant. There is one people of God, and that is Israel. Israel are whoever is in a proper covenant relationship with God.
So here you have a Jewish man that was in Judaism, that came out of Judaism and trying to explain to you how Zionism is separate from them, but tries to attach itself to them.
We're the Canaanim. It didn't never hit it off, because why would anybody identify with that? So the Zionists, Theodore Herzl mostly had this brilliant idea. You know, if you want to take if you want to change your identity, a witness protection program or something, you can get the government to give you a whole new identity, and that'll work. But there's a lot of resources and time and effort spent to create such. There's another way to do it that's easier. Kill somebody that's around your age, steal his papers, steal his birth certificate, steal his license, steal his identity, and you're him. That's what the Zionists did to the Jews collectively. We're going to erase Jewish identity. We're going to take their history, change it a bit. We're going to take their identity. We're going to take their self-image. We're going to take Jewishness, and we're going to make it into Zionism. We're going to get the Jews a flag. There was a Zion.
So the Zionists have created a perfect storm. And what they have done is they have created the Jewish hate because they hide themselves in Jewish identity. And they knew at some point people would start waking up to what they have been doing for years, the atrocities, what they plan on doing in the future. They knew people would wake up, and then they knew that they could take these anti-Semitism laws, redefine it, and go after anybody that is saying anything about what the Zionists are doing. They are just going to go after those people, and they're going to be able to run rampant and do what they plan on doing in this new system and this new world that is coming. This is for entertainment purposes only. God bless you.